Hi guys, so today we are going to be working on a beginner Vinyasa flow. So basically what that just means is it's going to be a slower version of some of the more active flows that I have been posting previously. But what we're going to do is we're going to start with a sun salutation. We're going to go through that slow, then we're going to speed it up, and then we're going to add on. And so the way that this class is going to look is we're going to kind of do the same thing over and over and over. First slow down, then speed it up to make it a little bit more breath by breath movement. And then we're going to slow it back down, add something on, and then speed it back up again. And we're just going to kind of roll through that a few times, adding a little bit more each time, kind of getting you out of your comfort zone, and then bringing you back to a base that you know. So we're going to start at the top of your mats. If you do not have a mat, do not worry. There's no particular place that you need to start. You just want to have a little bit of room in front and behind you. So we're going to start standing on as square on your feet as you possibly can get. And so if you take a look at the bottom of the foot, you want to have the weight distributed evenly in the four corners. And the four corners are the base of the pinky toe, the base of the big toe, and then 2 points at either side of the heel. And that just gives you a little bit of an idea for where to play stability-wise. I know that I'm always rolling out to the edges, to the pinky edges of my feet, so I kind of have to press a little bit more in towards the center and then towards that big toe base. And then closing your eyes, relax your hands at your sides. Taking a few nice deep breaths. With your inhale, you can sweep the hands all the way up overhead, taking a look up towards the thumbs. Exhale, folding all the way forward. If you need to bend the knees a little bit here, you can. With your next inhale, bring your hands to your shins, lift halfway up, try to get as flat as a back as possible. Take a look out in front of you, shoulder blades pulled down the back, and then exhale, bending the knees, plant the hands on the floor, stepping your feet back to a plank. With your next exhale, you can do one of two things. You're either going to lower halfway down for a chaturanga, or if you are not feeling stable there today, you can drop the knees to the floor and then drop the chin and the chest as much between the hands as you can. So the tailbone is going to continue lifting up towards the ceiling, shoulder blades pull back, elbows hug in. Same cues for if you're coming to your chaturanga. So exhaling, elbows hug in, chest lift, looking out ahead of you. And then with your next inhale, you can lift the chest, drop the pelvis towards the floor, looking out ahead of you for an upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhaling back to your downward facing dog. And once you get here, just take a moment to check in with the hands and feet. Make sure that you're not rolling to the inside or the outside edges of either the hand or feet. And a big one that I always see is the base of the index finger and the kind of junction between that index finger and thumb pop off the floor quite a bit for people. And so what you want to do is just kind of roll that base of the index finger back down to the mat. You might feel a little bit more of like a pull or a suctioning feeling in the palm of the hand, and that is exactly what you're looking for. So then with your next inhale, you're going to take a look up between the hands. Exhaling, you can walk or step the feet all the way back forward to a standing forward fold. With your inhale, sweeping the hands all the way up. Take a look up towards the thumbs and exhaling the hands to your sides. So we're going to do that exact same thing, just sped up a little bit more this time. So inhale, sweeping your hands up, looking to the thumbs. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, hands to shins, half lift, flat back, looking out ahead of you. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, stepping the feet back to your plank. And then again, with your exhale, you can lower down to either variation that you'd like. Inhale, lifting the chest, dropping the pelvis, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Again, check in with the hands and the feet here. Inhale, taking a look up between the hands. Exhale, you can walk or step the feet all the way forward. Inhale, half lift, looking out ahead of you, flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, coming all the way up to standing, hands sweep up overhead. And exhale, the hands to heart center. Press the thumbs into your chest and press the hands and the fingertips together. Pull the shoulders down the back. The elbows are going to lift a little bit. And then relax on your exhale, the hands to your sides. And so adding on to this sun salutation from there with your inhale, you can sweep the hands up. Exhaling as you fold forward. Inhale, bring your hands to shins, half lift. Looking out ahead. Exhaling, bend the knees, plant the hands, step your feet back. Again, you can do your chaturanga or chest, chin, and knees to the floor with your exhale. Inhale, lifting the chest, dropping the pelvis, upward facing dog. Exhaling back to your downward facing dog. And once you get there with your inhale, you can lift your right foot towards the ceiling. Exhale, open the hips to the side of the room, bend that right knee, dropping the right foot behind you. You can take a look out under the right arm. Try to lift the right knee towards the ceiling. Maybe hug that foot back towards your bum just a little bit more. And then with your next exhale, you can work your way back to your downward facing dog, stepping that right foot down. And then switching sides, inhaling as you lift the left foot towards the ceiling, opening the hips to the side of the room, bending that knee, dropping the foot behind you, looking out under the left arm. Lifting the left knee towards the ceiling. And then with your next exhale, you're going to step this left foot back down to your downward facing dog. Take an inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale, walk or step the feet all the way forward. Inhaling, flat back, looking out ahead. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, working your way all the way up to standing, hands sweep up overhead. And exhale the hands back to heart center, press the thumbs to the chest, hands pressing together, fingertips pressing together, elbows lifting, shoulder blades pull down the back. And with your next exhale, relax the hands to your sides. We will not be staying quite so long in the downward facing dog the next time. We are going to do that leg lift thing again, but we will not be holding it quite so long. So doing that exact same thing with your inhale, sweeping the hands up. Exhaling as you fold forward. Inhale, hands to shins, lifting halfway, taking a look out ahead of you. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step your feet back. Exhale, knees, chest, and shin to the floor or chaturanga. Inhale, lifting the chest, upward facing dog. Exhaling back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right foot towards the ceiling. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, lifting that foot back towards the ceiling, and exhale as you drop this foot to the floor. Inhale, lifting your left foot towards the ceiling. Exhale, open the hips, drop the foot behind you. Inhale, straightening that leg, lifting the foot back towards the ceiling. And exhale, dropping this foot back towards the floor. Inhale, take a look up between the hands. Exhale, walk or step the feet all the way forward. Come back to your standing forward fold. Inhale as you work your way to your half lift. Hands to shins, looking out ahead of you. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, coming all the way to standing. Hands sweep up overhead. And exhale the hands to heart center. Good. So the next one, again, slowing down. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhaling as you fold forward. Inhale, hands to shins, lift halfway, looking out ahead. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, stepping your feet back. Exhaling once more, knees, chest and chin or chaturanga. Inhale, working your way to upward facing dog. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. With your next inhale, lift your right foot towards the ceiling. Exhale, bend the knee, drop the foot behind you, open the hips to the side of the room. And then with the next exhale, you're going to step this right foot as far to the outside of the right hand as you can. So the goal is going to be getting this foot as close to the outside of your right hand as possible. But if you can only make it about halfway, that's fine. We're going to be dropping down to the left knee. So once you get there and you're a little bit more stable, you can assist that foot with moving back forward. So both hands are coming to the inside of the right foot. You can untuck your left toes, bringing the top of the foot to the floor. Reach the chest forward, take a look out ahead of you. Keep this right knee hugging as close to the body as you can. And then with your next exhale, we're going to work back to our downward facing dog. And so you can do that, you can get there one of a few ways. The more advanced version is going to be curling your toes back under, lift the right or the left knee off the floor, hike the hips as much as you can up towards the ceiling, and then stepping the right foot back. A little bit less version of that could be to bring this foot back about halfway and then again hike the hips up and step that foot back. So kind of bringing that foot, if you were only able to step about halfway forward, bringing that foot back to that halfway place and stepping back from there. And then if you can't do that or don't want to do that either, you can also just kind of shift this foot back so that way you're on the hands and knees, curling the toes under, and then press back to your downward facing dog. And then with your next inhale, lifting your left foot towards the ceiling. Exhale, open the hips, bend the knee, drop that left foot behind you. Taking a nice deep inhale. And then exhale, this left foot's going to step as far forward to the outside of the left hand as you can get. Dropping your right knee down. If you need to adjust the feet at all, you are welcome to. Reaching the chest forward, looking out ahead of you. Left knee hugs into the body. If you have a hard time bringing the hands to the floor, you can use a couple books to kind of lift the floor up towards you. I apologize, I probably should have thrown that in on the first side. And then taking one more nice deep inhale here. With your next exhale, we're going to work back to your downward facing dog. Again, working that way however you would like. My suggestion would be however you did it on the first side, do on the second side. So again, what I'm going to do is curl my right toes under, lift my right knee, hike my hips up, press into my hands, and step the left foot back. On your next inhale, take a look up towards the hands. Exhale, walk or step the feet all the way forward. On your inhale, lifting halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, folding forward. Take a moment here. Check in with the feet again. Make sure you're pressing through all four corners. And just a little tip with stepping forward to a forward facing fold from your downward facing dog. If you are in fact taking one big step forward, try to switch the feet each side so that way you kind of are getting a little bit of that movement on both sides, and it's kind of helping to practice the body opening up to have the knees come into the chest while the hands are on the floor. So then with your next inhale, we're going to roll all the way up to standing, hands sweep up overhead. Exhaling, bring the hands back to the chest, press the fingertips together, the palms together, the thumbs press it into the chest, elbows lift, and shoulders pull down. So we're going to do the faster version of that now. So inhale, sweeping the hands up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, hands to shins, lifting halfway, looking out ahead of you. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, stepping back to your plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower halfway down or knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, lifting to your upward facing dog. Exhale, back downward facing dog, lifting your right foot on your inhale. Exhale, open the hips, bend the knee, drop that foot behind you. On your next inhale, on your next exhale, you're gonna step your right foot to the outside of the right hand, drop the left knee down, left toes untuck. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then with your exhale, you're going to work your way back to your downward facing dog. Taking a full breath here, so inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, lift your left foot. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hips, foot drops behind you. Taking an inhale here, and then exhale, stepping this foot to the outside of your left hand. Drop the right knee down, right toes on top. Nice deep inhale. And then exhaling as you work back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale, walk or step the feet all the way forward. Inhale, hands to shins, lifting halfway, looking out ahead of you. Exhale, folding back forward. Inhale, working all the way up to standing, hands come up overhead. And exhale, the hands to heart center. Pressing again, the fingertips together, the thumbs into the chest, the palms together, elbows lift, shoulders pull down. And with your next exhale, relax the hands at your sides. We're going to add one more thing on here and then we'll wrap up. So inhaling as you bring the hands all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Hands to shins, inhaling, lifting halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, stepping back to your plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting your right foot. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hips to the side of the room. Inhale here. Exhale, stepping your right foot to the outside of the right hand, dropping your left knee down. And then from here, you're going to swing your left foot over to the right side, and you're going to walk the hands all the way around to the other side of your mat. If you need to adjust here at all, you can. Left hand's going to press down. Your right toes are going to come to face the left side, and then your right hand's going to reach towards the ceiling, pressing to the pinky edge of your right foot. Getting a little bit of a side plank variation here. With your next exhale, you can bring the right hand back down to the mat. We're going to work our way back towards the top so your right toes can turn back, facing forward. Your left foot's going to swing back out behind you, again adjusting the legs as you go, as you need. Planting the hands with your next inhale, and exhale, working back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting your left foot towards the ceiling. Exhale, bend the knee, dropping this foot behind you. Open the hips to the side of the room. Taking an inhale here. And then exhale, stepping this left foot to the outside of your left hand. Drop the right knee down. Right toes untuck. And as you walk your hands to the right side, your right foot's going to come to the left side of the mat. Left knee's going to straighten. Left toes turn to face the right side. Right hand plants down, and the left hand reaches up towards the ceiling. Again, the pinky edge of the foot should roll, of your left foot should roll towards the mat. If that doesn't happen, don't worry about it. If your foot just kind of doesn't want to get all the way down, that is okay. The goal, though, is to be having that movement and that activation to encourage that outside edge of your foot to get to the mat. But again, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't need to. So the left hand reaches up towards the ceiling. You can take a look up. And then with your next exhale, bring your left hand back down to the mat. We're going to work all the way back to the front of the mat. So walking the hands over, your left toes can shift to point the front of the room. Right foot comes back behind you. Taking a moment here to kind of adjust and gather yourself here on your inhale. And then exhaling, we're going to work back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, take a look up between the hands. Exhale, walk or step the feet all the way forward. Inhale, hands to shins, half lift, looking up. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands. Once you feel a little bit of an opening here, you can start to straighten the legs as much as possible. Maybe shift the weight forward towards the toes and into the hands. And then with your next inhale, you're going to roll all the way to standing, hands sweep up overhead. And exhale the hands to your sides. Take a nice deep inhale here. And exhaling, preparing for one last flow through. So inhale, sweeping the hands up, taking a look to the thumbs. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, hands to shins, half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, hands plant, feet step back. Inhale here. Exhale, lower halfway down or your knees, chest and chin. Inhale, lifting to your upward facing dog. Exhale, back to your downward facing dog. Inhaling, lift your left foot or the right foot towards the ceiling. Exhale, bend the knee. Open the hips to the side of the room. Taking an inhale here. And then exhale, stepping your right foot all the way forward to the outside of your right hand. Drop the left knee down. Taking an inhale here. And then with your exhale, you're going to bring your left foot to the right side of the mat. Walk the hands all the way back. Plant the left hand. Right toes face to the left side, right hand reaches up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bring that hand back down. We're gonna work our way all the way back to the top of our mats. Right toes shifting back to face forward. Left foot comes back behind you. Taking another inhale here. And then exhaling as you work back to your downward facing dog. Switching sides, inhale, lift your left foot. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hips to the side of the room. Inhaling here. Exhaling as you step this foot to the outside of the left hand, right knee drops down. Inhale. Exhale, right foot to the left side, walking the hands over to the back of the mat, right hand plants down. Left toes shift to face to the right side. Left hand reaches up towards the ceiling. Pinky edge of that foot. The left foot rolling to the floor. And then bringing that left hand back to the floor, walking all the way back to the top of the mat. Left toes face forward, right foot comes behind you, taking an inhale to prepare for your exhale and moving back to your downward facing dog. Once you get here, you can inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale, walk or step the feet all the way forward. Taking a few nice deep breaths in this standing forward fold. If you would like to grab a hold of opposite elbows and sway the body side to side, you can do that. On your next inhale, just gently roll all the way to standing. Your hands can release and come to your sides. Close the eyes. And before you go, moving on with the rest of your day, thank yourself for taking this time to dedicate just to you and just to your movement and to feeling your best. And thank you for coming to this class, and I hope you enjoy the other videos I have made.